Hey, Diane.
Hey, Christy.
It's so good to see you.
Yes, you too. This is so fun. I'm so glad we decided to do another one of these.
Me too. If you're joining us live, say hi in the chat. We'd love to say hi back.
Yeah.
So we'll take a couple minutes to introduce ourselves just in case you haven't joined us before. I'm Christy Price. I'm a Squarespace educator and web designer. And I've been doing this on Squarespace since about 2018, but I've been working in web design for 20, 25 years now, a long time. And I met Diane a few years ago when I was visiting Chicago and just sent out in my newsletter, "Who's in Chicago?" And Diane's like, "I am. Let's hang out." And that's how we connected. We realized that we had a lot in common with our backgrounds. But Diane, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to throw out that there was such a fun twist to that story too, because she sent out that invite and I'm like, and I just moved to Chicago and I was like, well, I want to do stuff with people. Like, let's do something. And I thought about it and I knew Christy from like following her. So I'm like, okay, here's this like kind of like Squarespace famous person. And I'm like, how cool is she really? And so I sent her a note and I was like, look, we can do lunch at like a little fun, trendy like place on the Riverwalk, or we can go to the Museum of Ice Cream because I've never been. And Christy was like, yes, Museum of Ice Cream. So that's what we did.
We
Spent like
had
3 hours.
so much fun.
Oh yeah,
I
it was
was
crazy.
just so proud. They make you come up with a name I was so proud of my name. I'm like, if I ever go back, I'm using this name again.
It
So
was
my
so good.
Museum of a Scoop Dog was my ice cream name. I was so like, it's one of those moments where you're like, I have nailed this.
Yes. I was really impressed. It was in that moment that I was like, I'm outclassed. I immediately knew that I'm like, wow, I'm impressed.
I
So
was
anyway,
impressed by how adventuresome you were in trying the different ice creams because there were some I'm like, I will take a pass on this. And Diane's like, I'll try.
that's true. We have a couple of very embarrassing videos of me actually on back in Christina's Christy's Instagram if you want to check them out. So those were kind of interesting. Anyway, so we're very good friends, obviously, and definitely enjoy each other. And so we decided to do another one of these. As Christy said, I am very similar, been doing web design since 2006. So we've both been in this a really long time. We bonded over the fact that we both got started in WordPress
Mhm.
and then kind of rejected it for very similar reasons that we've talked about in other videos and stuff. And now we both love Squarespace, and we do similar work. Our niches are pretty similar. She is a Squarespace educator, and I have moved into AI education. So that is somewhere where I'll talk about what we have going on in our toolkits related to those things as we move forward. But yeah, so that's my background. And I would say let's go ahead and jump in. It was funny, right before the call, we were talking a little bit about like the state of affairs, the state of the industry, and like how weird things have been recently. So before we dive into
Yeah.
tools and the monetary stuff, I thought we should maybe mention this because
Yeah.
I just put something out on LinkedIn actually a week or two ago about like I've so many people I've heard of are quitting their businesses
Mhm.
because times are kind of tough right now. I know
Yeah.
everybody's feeling the squeeze.
Yep.
And people who've been in it as long as you and I are like
Mhm.
quitting, abandoning their businesses, like leaving
Yep.
things behind. And of course, my frame for it was this is a good thing.
Mhm.
The quote that I talk about all the time is from Gary Vee. I heard him say this in a keynote a few years ago. He said, a lot of y'all have been making A-level money with D-level game. And which I thought was so good because we're definitely coming off of a huge boom in the web design industry.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of the people that came into this and started doing well just because things were going well are really
Right.
feeling the strain right now. And so they're leaving. But
Yeah.
that means for the rest of us who are really like skilled and tenacious and can persevere, I think there's a real opportunity here. So I'm hopeful even as it's a little bit stressful right now. So that's my take. What do you think, Christy?
Yeah. No, when we were talking earlier, we're talking about just how odd things seem and how quick they're changing. And for me, it's been a real struggle for where to put my energy. So coming into 2025, we have these words for the year, and I'm like, okay, my words for 2025, I'm going to be real, fun and money. What can I do that I enjoy that's going to earn money for me and my
Right.
business that I feel good about? Like I want to do things that I enjoy, that make money and provide, good value to other people. So that's kind of how I came into the year. And I feel like it's been a good year for that. Like, honestly, it's overall, but I have seen overall inquiries down. Thankfully, it's just me that my business is just me. I'm not supporting a team. So when I had so many inquiries coming in years past, I was saying no to a lot of those just because of time limitations.
Mhm.
This year, there weren't as many inquiries. It was still enough. Like, I had enough business. So I feel very grateful for that. I also launched a course earlier this year that I'm really proud of. Diane, you came and you spoke in my monthly Q&A with my students, and that was really great to have you. So it's been a really interesting year in terms of having this a little bit of a different business model, because I have kind of been spending time with that course and then with clients as well. Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever give up client work. I love it. So I don't see myself moving completely into just an educator role, but it is one of those times that at the end of this year, I'm like, there's another course on my mind that I've been thinking I would like to create and roll out. Is this the time for that? Or is it the time to pick up more website builds? I don't know. I have my last custom build for this year on the books and my first one for next year. So I feel like I'm pretty settled. Like, I'm not stressed right now. I feel settled in that. But who knows what's going to happen after that, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts on your business structure in general? Are you happy with the services and everything that you're offering? Are you happy with your pricing? Just curious.
Yeah, so I raised my prices for my custom builds about a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago now. Time flies. And rolled out my template build out service, which I think those are really great price points. The template build out is about half the cost of the custom build. So
Mhm,
it's hi Jai, it's good to see you. Um, it's really, that feels really good. The thing that I have loved doing in the past that I'm really considering letting go of at some point next year is my designer for a day, which
mm,
historically I've loved. However, and I've got a couple of great ones on the books to round out this year, and I'm very excited for those. However, I have seen that people want to book that service because it's less expensive and just like wring value out of me in that day instead of
mhm,
paying for a template build out or a custom build. And it
mhm.
really is a very different service. It's for if you already have a Squarespace website, we can migrate it to 7-1, we could do those things. But I feel like it's kind of muddying the waters for the other services a
Mhm,
little bit, and it is a really intense long day.
mhm.
Like, it really takes a lot out of me, and, as I'm getting older, I'm thinking that, like, maybe that's the thing that I let go, even though it's my baby, it's trademarked, like, I love it.
Yeah,
And a Floating Lotus design says, "Letting go of stuff is so hard, but freeing too."
true
Totally
story.
agree,
Mhm.
totally agree. And so that's what I'm struggling with right now because it's my baby. It's kind of one of those things, like, you're known for it because you trademarked it and it's this
Right?
thing you do. But I am really feeling like I'm in the space where it's a hard day. It's a lot of work in one day. And I feel like I could create other packages that do that same sort of thing and give myself a little bit of space and room.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's funny. I would say because, last year, I bet I made a third of my income from my designer days. I
Mhm.
I mean, I sold so many of them. It felt
Yeah.
like I was selling, like, just several every month. I don't think a month went by I didn't sell at
Mhm.
least one.
Yeah.
And this year, it's the weirdest thing. I think I've only sold, like, 2 the whole year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Yeah.
So, I don't quite know why.
For me,
Um,
I've been seeing the template build outs more than the custom builds. I think because of the price point.
yeah,
It's more accessible for people right now.
yeah.
But yeah, that is something that I'm thinking of letting go. So we'll see. We'll see. But
Interesting.
yeah, but I don't know. That's a decision for next year. But along with talking about these price points, one of the things that we wanted to talk about. Oh, and before I jump to that, Jai's like, I couldn't do a super long day like that anymore, but I'm older than you both. I don't know, Jai. We'll see. Um, Surviving rising costs, AI, and the next wave of tools is what we wanted to talk about today. And I feel like we're all feel like this was the year that almost every subscription I have went up in price. And not just for my business, like all of my TV subscription, like everything went up
Yeah,
except for T-Mobile. Thank you, T-Mobile. I'm paying the same for my cell phone. Um, but everything else seemed to have gone up. And, I wanted to kind of talk through, as these prices are going up, I'm looking at what I can cut. And
for
I'm
sure.
wondering if you are too, and how you're going about that. I can share how I'm doing it as well. And also going through has really just it's reminded me of things that I've been paying for that I'm like, oh, don't really use that. That's an
Yeah.
easy let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, same thing. I've definitely been, I mean, just because everything's going up. I mean, groceries too. Like I feel like I'm getting squeezed from all sides. So
Mhm.
I'm getting really, really critical of everything I'm spending money on, even things that in the past that I would have spent 10 or $15 a month on
Yeah.
without thinking twice. I'm like, do I use that 10? Am I getting $10 of value out of that? I mean, I'm really examining. So yeah, so let's dive through some. Yeah.
Yeah, and before I would love for you to share that. Before that, I just want to say one thing while it's top of mind. You're like, this much a month. I have loved the idea of getting in on something early and doing a lifetime membership for it. I know you do that for your
Mhm.
AI content creator lab,
Mhm.
which I'm a part of and I love. I got in on Butter, which is a video software years ago, a one-time payment. I'm still using that. I use it for my course, for my monthly calls. I love it.
Oh, good.
This year, there's a testimonial app that I love that lets people give you, video or text testimonials that you can pull in on your website that I got in on. Really excited for that. So those one-time deals, I think, are becoming more and more attractive to me.
Mhm.
Um, and then I feel like for everything I cut, something else comes along I want or need. I scrutinize everything before buying.
For
Yes,
sure.
it feels like when my daughter was little, she loved stuffed animals. And at some point, we had so many that there was a one in, one out policy. It's like if one comes into the house, one has to go somewhere else. It has to not live with us anymore. And I'm feeling that
Oh
about my software tools too. It's just like one in, one out. Like I
my
cannot
God.
take on anymore.
I love that. I think that's a good policy. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would love to see kind of what you're looking at for your software expenditures and what you're thinking about letting go of.
So, yeah, so I don't mind talking numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
I actually have my spreadsheet pulled up because one of the things, so I went through and I have calculated everything that I'm spending on my business for the year, and I'm spending over $600 a month. So right now it's like at 640 a month just to keep the business up and running.
Okay, I have those numbers too. This is
Oh,
really
really?
interesting. Yeah.
But that number horrifies me because
That's bigger than my number. So my number a month is about 400 a month.
mhm.
But I'm not using the AI tools that you're using.
I
And those are
that's
really pricey.
yeah, that's a lot of it, and
Yeah.
I'm using a lot of them, and
Mhm.
especially since I feel like I need to be up on a lot of things
Yeah.
to have stuff in my membership,
Mhm.
but it means that I'm getting a little more, critical of other stuff, like, I'm seriously examining StreamYard. I mean, StreamYard's $89 a month, and I'm like, "I just don't think I wanna do that anymore," so that might
Yeah.
go.
So StreamYard for me last year, I have my spreadsheet pulled up. I paid $432 for the year.
Mm,
Um, and I use it a lot. I really like it. There are some alternatives. Ecamm is one that I was looking at,
mm.
but getting it set up looks so painful. And that's kind of where I am is like, I don't want to spend like, is it worth my time to save money to learn this new thing, or do I just keep spending?
Right.
Yeah.
Uh, that's such a good point. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Let's talk about that for a quick
Yeah.
second because I am constantly weighing that too because if
Mhm.
I'm saving money but it's costing me time, it's not
Yeah.
worth it. I do
Right.
not have the time to spare. So
Mhm.
if it's significant, and I'll tell you one of the things that I love that saves time, oh my god, like I'm having a love affair with it, is Descript.
I love Descript. Okay. So that's on my list too.
Oh my god.
I paid $300 a year for it last year. It's due up in January. So we'll see if the price is going up, and they've rolled out a lot of AI tools. So my fear is, yes, it's going to get more expensive, but it's such a time saver. I use it for every YouTube video that I post. That's what I record in. For 90% or more of the videos, it's always what I edit in. It's just such a time saver.
The editing is it's this is the I need to write a country song and love for the editing into script. It's amazing that you can select a little sliding scale of like just use little AI to make it a little more clear, or like medium, or like let the AI loose and make this as clear as possible. I mean,
yeah.
And it works really well. I mean, it puts Loom's AI to shame, in my opinion. You know, it's really great. So I love Descript. I'm keeping Descript for sure.
Are you keeping Loom as well?
I don't know.
That's a tough
Loom's
one.
on
So
the
Loom is
chopping block.
it's a lot cheaper. It's $144 a year. My problem is that I have all of these Loom videos that I have linked to from past clients' websites. So I have this whole library of Loom videos, and I'm like, oh, at what point can I phase that out? I don't think it's yet. But I think that maybe next year I'm going to start putting those client videos in something else, in Descript or something else. Maybe just private videos on YouTube. And that way I'm not reliant on anything that I'm paying for. So I'm thinking about that. I have loved Loom in the past. It's just really easy and quick, but I'm using it less and less these days.
Me too. That's just what I found too. And, I'll tell you, you don't lose the videos that you have on Loom when you go to the free plan. You just can't add more.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is me probably saying goodbye, Loom. I'm going to have to rethink my workflow for those quick video grabs that I do, but yeah.
Well, and do you use workflow with clients?
I have, yes. I've just used it in the past couple of weeks. Yeah. And you can do videos in there as well. Yeah.
In there, that's what I think I'm going to do. And it's a whole one and done system, and the videos are all included.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I think, and it's cheaper. I think that their base plan is like $9 a month or something. So I think I'm going to start doing client feedback with workflow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I won't need Loom. What's something, do you know what your biggest expenses are, and maybe any of your least expensives?
Yeah. So my biggest expense by far is $1,400 a year. It's Podia, which is what I use for all of my courses and my email marketing. And I've looked at other options. I know a lot of people use ThriveCart. I cannot use ThriveCart. I've looked at that. That was an option that I considered. That is not for me. I've looked at, I was on Kit before, but I was on Kit and Teachable. I liked Kit. Teachable I did not like. They've just rebranded. They're doing a lot of new things, but I'm happy at Podia. And I feel like price-wise, it's about what all the others cost, and maybe a little less.
Yes.
So I'm feeling okay there with that expenditure. Like, that's the biggest chunk per year that I'm spending, the $1,500, but I do feel good about it. Like, it's a good company. I feel like I get good support. Things work mostly the way I expect them to. The next biggest for me, if it goes through next year, we'll see, is Adobe wants to go up to $780 a year. However, I found that in the past, when I go through the cancellation process with them, I can get them down to under $400 a year. So the question is, do I want to do that, or do I just want to cancel and go to a different option there? However, Photoshop I've been using for so long, it's like second nature to really easily do things when I'm working with clients and they need something cleaned up. It's just so easy. Like, maybe I just keep Photoshop, but then that's $30 a month. So why wouldn't I just get all the things for,
40,
also $30 a month? Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck on that one. That's one that I thought about getting rid of before. I actually got rid of it in the past, and then I came crawling back. So I bought, is it Affinity? Is that the other? I bought that, and then I was like, I don't have time to figure this out. I'm in the middle of a project and I need Photoshop. And so there I was crawling back. So we'll see. So those are my two biggest. What are your two biggest expenditures, and are you keeping them for next year?
Yeah, so similar. My biggest is school. So I spend
Mhm,
$99 a month on school, which
mhm,
I really am happy with that platform. I was
mhm,
not sold on it. It's
mhm.
definitely got a dude bro reputation. The whole gamification BS that goes on.
Mhm.
And I know that a lot of groups, especially free AI groups, get a crap ton of spam. So I
Yeah.
really was like hesitant, but I had been on Circle with a bunch of different groups and I just didn't quite love it. And school
Mhm,
is so streamlined and so easy. And I just was like, let's give it a go. If I hate it, I'll
mhm.
move it. And oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the user interface there is so intuitive.
Yeah, I love it.
I
Yeah.
It's so simple but clear.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with it. There was a moment when I was like, "Do I wanna move to school?" I'm like, "No, no more moving."
No more moving. No more trauma with from
Mm-mm,
moving
mm-mm,
platforms. I
mm-mm.
I've been surprisingly, impressed. I've really been surprised at how impressed I've been, with it. It like you
Yeah.
said, it's super easy to use. From a designer perspective, it's super ugly, and there's just
Mhm.
nothing you can do about that, but I don't care.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
easy for my students to get the content, it's easy for us to, like, communicate with each other, it's easy for them to access all the content. I really like it. So I'm pretty happy to stay there, and I love the, and yeah, Megan and Jai are talking in the chat too.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jai was saying she thought of letting go of Adobe, but then what happens? And Megan was saying from Floating Lotus, you can edit in Affinity, and she kicked Adobe to the curb this year.
Yeah.
Oh, Megan, I probably need to do that. I probably just need to devote some time to learning it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked out on Adobe too because I got in on their photographer tier that they had a few years ago, so I only pay
Mhm.
15 bucks a month for it, and I get
Yeah.
Photoshop. And I just I keep that's one of the ones that I use it probably once every other month, so I'm like, I
Yeah.
just don't know if it's really worth the 15 bucks.
Yeah.
But like you, I've been using it for an eon, so it's just so
Right.
easy. Yeah. And my
Yeah.
second expenditure probably is StreamYard, and that's probably why I'm really examining it, is I just
Yeah.
don't I think I do lives occasionally still. I mean,
Mhm.
which I really enjoy. I love the lives. I love, like, the chemistry and the vibe. I love that I don't have
Mhm.
to edit them. It's a miracle. It's amazing. Much as I love the
Yeah.
script, it's better to not have to edit at all.
Right.
But you can do live straight on YouTube, which I've never
Yeah.
tried,
I
but you
haven't
can,
either. Yeah, I'm curious about that.
right?
Maybe we should give that a go.
Yeah, right? Maybe we test that out at
Yeah,
some point. I
yeah,
like that. So those are the
yeah.
things that one definitely keeping, one probably
Mhm.
going, but those are my most
Yeah, and
expensive ones.
I'm looking through my list of, like, what things am I considering leaving behind? We talked about Adobe.
Mhm,
We talked about Loom.
mhm.
Um, Funnily enough, Acuity, although I'm grandfathered into the free plan, and that's why I've not left yet because it's free.
Yeah.
But it's just I feel like it's getting left in the dust a little bit
Mhm.
based on new scheduling apps that are rolling out, what they offer and how they look. So, yeah. Um, I'm paying for Epidemic Sound for my videos. That's $127 a month,
Mm.
but I like the music. I don't know. Like that one I could probably let go of. Coolers, I love. It's $36 a year. Keeping that one forever. I can save all my color palettes. It's great.
That's fun.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So those are some of the ones that I kind of top of mind. One that I'm really struggling with is Zapier.
Mm.
So that one I'm paying $240 a year for. I use it for template delivery. So when a designer buys one of my starter templates or a DIYer buys one of my Squarespace templates, or I'm out of the office, I have an automated reply when somebody fills out one of my forms.
Mm.
So that one, it doesn't always work. I feel like it works 90% of the time really well, but there's 10% of the time I'm doing things manually anyway.
Mm.
So I'm wondering, do I just roll that back and just start delivering things manually? Do I
Mhm.
want to? No, but it's all starting to add up, all
Yeah.
of these costs. So I'm at just under 5,000 a year for costs on
Mm.
software costs to run my business. That doesn't include domain names, things like that aren't
Mm.
these, costs that, yeah, I just thought of that. There are probably other things in here that I've not accounted for.
Yeah, because my number includes all of that. It's
Mhm.
domain names, and I have a couple domain names that are insanely expensive because I have some .ai domains.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it includes those and my hosting and maintenance and all that stuff, and it includes my Google Workspace and all that stuff. So you might be I wonder if you're closer to my 600 than,
Yeah, I don't think so. Because right now on the spreadsheet, I'm at 4,600, so I think I'm probably close to 5,000 for the
5,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's so hard. Uh,
it is.
things that things that I will not let go of,
Yeah.
HoneyBook. I know there are HoneyBook haters out there. I love it. I was on a competitor for years, and I was so happy to move to HoneyBook.
Mhm.
Never want to leave that. Squarespace, obviously, sticking with that.
Yeah.
Um, Canva, I love. It's just so quick and easy. I also use Adobe Express, so maybe I could let go of one of those, but
Mm.
love Canva. Looking through Google, my Google business account, definitely keeping that
Yeah.
clearly. Um, I have my accounting software on here. It's free. Keeping that.
Anything free.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, Opus Clip was something I tried this year, and I'm canceling that. I don't really use it,
Oh.
so yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's a lot to think through.
Yeah, and I think, and I agree with you. I want to say I agree with you on like the $15 things, $10 things. I'm
Mhm,
really scrutinizing every single thing because I want to get that number down. I just think
mhm.
I think I'm just leaking money in places where I don't need to. I agree with you. Canva's a hard yes. I don't even care if they double their price. I
Yeah.
use Canva all the time, and it's so easy to share client projects and everything. I
Mhm.
am letting ConvertKit go. I have given them the last dollar I'm ever going to give them, so when my subscription is up in January, I'm not giving them any more money. You and I talked about how we both
Yeah.
had, like, a fundamental problem with their rebrand that they did last year and stuff. So I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna move all my stuff to, but,
Question,
um
are you gonna get on Flowdesk before the unlimited pricing goes away?
I might. I got into Flowdesk recently and started playing around, and I'm really considering doing that. I'm also considering Thrivecart. What did you not like about Thrivecart?
Honestly, the thing that I don't like about Thrivecart is that occasionally they're like, "This price is going away," and
Mm,
then it doesn't. Like 6 years
mm.
ago when I first considered it, they're like, "Get in now, this one-time price is going away," and then for 6 years, it's still been that price, right?
Oh my
So,
gosh,
um,
how funny.
it's more of a like how they do business, and also I don't love the way the affiliate stuff is structured. I don't totally love how it's structured in Podia either though, so and
Mm,
I'm on Podia, but the affiliate stuff is a little weird on Thrivecart, I feel like, and I know, some people have had problems with it actually registering affiliate payouts, and I wanna be sure that if affiliates are, linking to my stuff, they're getting paid out, which is probably the way Podia does it the way it does, which is
mhm.
like it won't let you link to outside pages. So,
Yeah.
I have sales pages on my website, but I have to link to the Podia pages for the affiliates,
Mhm.
which, isn't ideal, but honestly, I feel like they are more likely to get paid for sending somebody my way. So
Mm.
that feels good to me.
Yeah, that's better.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, so I agree with you on a lot of stuff, and I think we've covered all the stuff that I pay for Trello.
Mhm.
So I have a client dashboard product that I sell to other designers, and Trello
Mhm.
actually does the execution of it. So I have to pay for Trello for that, but I love
Uh-huh.
it. I'm really happy with it. Um, and then yeah, all my other stuff is AI stuff. You want to move on specifically to AI tools that like what we're loving and that kind of thing?
Yeah. I think before we do that, just one of the things that we had in our notes was the ROI check. Does this tool save you more than it costs? And I think
Mhm.
that's a great thing to bring up as we're going through each of these tools individually. And we talked about that a little bit, just like, I don't want to learn a new tool. Is it worth it just to stay with StreamYard? Because I don't want to learn how to do eCam. And
Right.
there's like a pretty solid ramp up of knowledge there that would take a while. So I think that that's an important thing to bring up, just like terms of time and money, just always thinking about that trade-off.
Yep, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So if you're joining us today, what is one tool that you wouldn't give up? Diane and I have both shared ours. Like, you will not pry it from our cold dead hand. So, really interested to see if you're joining us in the chat. What is one tool that you use that you don't want to let go of? Diane was like, even if they double their price, I'd keep Canva.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope they're not watching. We'd love to hear from you if there's a tool that you absolutely love that you would not give up. For me, it's HoneyBook. I do love it. So, and Canva. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty great. And even if
Yeah.
you're watching the recording, let us know in the comments because I
Yeah.
would still be really interested to know like what people are like, this is where I'm really getting value and a
Mhm.
return in my business, you know, for what I'm paying.
Not that I'm looking for anything else to subscribe to, but
That's true. But I don't know, man, if it'll help, if it'll help with the business, I'm down. I'm willing to invest.
So Jai said, hard to let go of Photoshop. I don't love Canva. I get it. They're so different. So
Mhm.
different.
Mhm.
Walter, Canva, especially with the new AI stuff they're doing. So Canva just
Mhm.
came to Austin on their Canva World Tour, and we got to play around with some of that stuff, and it is very, very cool. Megan, like choosing my favorite child to script in HoneyBook. I feel that. I feel that in my soul.
Right.
Docs and Design Canva is a definite. Moved from HoneyBook and can't wait to switch back once my current one is up. We talked about that before. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's like the grass is greener and you get there and it's like, oh, but it is not.
Right. Right. And
Yeah.
HoneyBook has such a nice interface. HoneyBook is just
It
lovely.
really is. It really is a delightful interface. I know they too raised their prices this year and that it's tough. I feel like everybody raised their prices this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one that I do just love. And I love the people that work there. Like anytime I have questions, and sometimes I
Oh,
have dumb questions, they're always so kind instead of like, you dummy.
that means a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
You and I really have this in common. If I watch what a business does and I don't like really love, yeah, Korea Midjourney too. Thanks,
Yeah.
Diane. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, if I look at what a business is doing and I just don't love the way they do business, I have a
Mhm.
hard time giving them my bread and butter every month, man. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That happened to me actually when I left a competitor to go to HoneyBook. The experience I had leaving was so bad. I'm like, I don't care whatever you do in the future. I am never coming back here. The store is
Wow.
closed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. This was a one-way door. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny. That stuff
So
matters.
it does. It does. I'd love to transition now to AI and talk more about that because I know you're using so many more AI tools than I am. Although, having said that, so many of the tools that we've talked about have AI components now. It's like
Yeah.
they're kind of all AI tools, but
Yeah.
I know a big chunk of what you're spending because of your membership
Yeah.
is deep diving into these AI tools, learning how to use them, and then teaching us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so
What
it's a lot. I didn't do a total of just AI tools. I probably should at some point. But yeah, I spend because I have both Claude and ChatGPT, which
Same.
yeah, yeah, I keep getting annoyed if they launch ChatGPT 5 and it is continues to be such a dumpster fire. But I use 4.1 all the time. And you have to pay to have access to the legacy model. So
Yeah. I find myself too when one rolls out, I'll move to that one for a while on ChatGPT and then I'll come back to Claude. And then when
mhm,
they roll something out, then I'm back to ChatGPT. So it's like you, I'm paying for both. I really need to adjust things so I'm not. I have wanted to spend more time in Gemini
mhm.
and learn that because I feel like that might be a good place to be for a bit.
Yeah,
Um, but again, I'm getting kind of exhausted. I'm getting exhausted from learning all of these different tools. Um,
for
it
sure.
just, I just feel like that's one of the reasons I'm in your membership, honestly, is like you can just try them out and tell me, like, is it worth me looking at? And you're
Right.
saving me a lot of time.
Mhm.
Yeah, Megan's like, I won't buy ChatGPT and protest because of that for now. Love Claude. Yes. I've made jokes about Claude forever. So I think for a good year I was on Claude before I moved to ChatGPT. And just like Claude was my French virtual assistant and she was kind of surly and sometimes she wouldn't work when I needed her to. Like she would go on
Right.
strikes. So
Right, for sure. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I will say I'll break it down for anyone who's listening what I've found if you're trying to figure out which one you may want to pay for or
Mhm.
whatever in terms of the LLMs, large language models. I love the chat. So chat gets way better when you start paying for it. If you're not paying for it,
Yes.
in my opinion, it's barely worth using. Um, but it has such good memory. Chat has impeccable memory. And so I recently, as a matter of fact, I'll share this with you guys. I recently found an amazing prompt from Sabrina Romanoff about ChatGPT. It's super quick. It's 2 lines and it says, based on what you know about me, um, give me like a synopsis of everything that is going on in my business. Like, just give me a synopsis of what's happening in my business and then let it run that. And then at the end, say, okay, now give me an analysis of what's working. I can look up the prompt verbatim and let you know because
Yeah.
I posted it in my group. But,
Yeah.
but it was so interesting because the assessment that it gave me was unreal. And I posted about it on LinkedIn and somebody was like, what have you been feeding chat that it knows all of this stuff about your business? And I'm like, it's
Mhm.
literally just been helping me write my YouTube titles and
Mhm.
descriptions, write my newsletters, like write some of the posts for my membership. Like it's just been in there. So I love Chat's memory. It's even though Claude has memory now, Chat's is just better.
Mhm.
But Chat has no ability to perform complex tasks unless you do like deep research or something like that. Then you can get better results. But Claude is impeccable when it comes to running. I'll make sure and get you the prompts before we log off. Docs and Design. But yeah, Claude is just so much better. Like you could go to Claude and say, write an uh, write 8 newsletters of a
Mhm.
nurture sequence, and it'll just do it. Chat couldn't do that to save its own life. It would give you 3
Yeah.
newsletters that were 1 sentence. So that's my trade-off for Claude and Chat. And then
Yeah.
I use Gemini a lot too. I really like Gemini. In my opinion, Gemini's deep research features way better than Perplexity.
Mhm.
And you've also got access to the image gen in there too, which is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys wanted an AI breakdown, but that's like my LLM
Ye
assessment.
Well, it's interesting too. So Will Myers, I'm in his Code Curious membership, which I love, and he has a toolkit that is you can use that as a Chrome extension, which is really lovely, and you can have it help you write code. He has like a little Robo Will AI in there. And if you're on a Squarespace website, you can like click an area and it selects that area. So it has like all of the information about the context to what you need code for. And he's using Claude Sonnet 4.5 for that, for the coding. And
Mm,
I can tell a huge difference. Like the Claude coding in 4.5 is so good. It is
so good.
spot on.
Yeah, 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 absolutely unreal. Yeah. And I just put, um, and then it looks like I put another comment in
Oh
there
yeah.
too. I don't know why I
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, it split them for some reason, but yeah,
But
if
probably because
you're
it was so
yeah.
long. Yeah. But
Yeah.
hopefully you guys get to see all of it and we'll make sure it's in the description and stuff. But anyway.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I pay a lot for, more than most people, is just AI image gen because that's what the membership is about. So
Mhm.
I have a higher tier of Midjourney because I use Midjourney a lot. And I also use Midjourney for video, which is like mind blowing what it can do.
Mhm.
And then I have like, I have Flux and I have other weird things. Like I have the Face app on my phone, which is supposed to be, it's like it adds makeup. It's supposed to be like a make you pretty like
Yeah.
thing. But when I'm doing portraits, a lot of times, like it's the easiest way to fix smiles or teeth
Oh,
or like fix
interesting.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've used it a lot for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
that's just
Megan
one of my
said
little
she
hacks.
coded a comparison table for a blog post in Claude using her brand colors, and it was amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. Yes. She posted that
Yeah.
in the group. It was
I
wild.
It's so interesting. So I used to have to hand code these HTML tables to do comparison charts in my blogs. And I've recently started doing that too, Megan, for posts with comparisons. And it's just crazy how fast it is. It feels so good. It's like, this is why I'm paying for this tool. It's just so fast. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I would say if I had to pick one, um,
Mhm.
one AI app that I loved above all others, I would probably pick Midjourney. All of
Mhm.
my social media posts that go, I mean, viral, so in as much as any of my posts ever go viral, they're almost always related to Midjourney images that I
Mhm.
post.
Mhm.
And then if I have a runner up, it'd be Gamma. I still love Gamma to pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, if I had to pick one AI tool, it would be a really hard choice between Chat and Claude.
Mm,
But I think I would go with Chat because of
mhm,
exactly what you said about how much it understands as a whole about my business now, because I've been using it as a thought partner for a year now. And so it knows a lot.
mhm.
And so just having that context helps it so much. Although it would be really hard to not use Claude for some things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be tough.
Yeah, because sometimes you just need the more, complex answer, and Claude can
Yeah.
always handle it. Claude's always
Yeah.
up to the task, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything you wasted time and money on in terms of AI tools this year? Or any tool, actually?
Yeah, I mentioned this testimonial tool earlier. There was another one that I tried out for a couple months, and it was shiny and flashy, but it was so expensive. And then
Mm.
I found the one that was a one-time deal and they're making it better. And I'm like, yes, I will jump ship immediately. Let me join the one that's a one payment,
Yeah,
and I will just see how good you can make it over time.
awesome.
So yeah, there have definitely been things like that I've spent money on that I'm like, it was just not worth it. Opus Clip was another one. I
Mm,
got that at half price. I think at the very beginning of this year, and I've just not used it. Like
mm.
I should be using it to make shorts and posting them to YouTube, but I don't enjoy doing it, and so it's not getting done, and then I don't need to pay for it.
Yeah. Yep, for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, Jai, it's called Shout Out. Let me put a link in the chat. I think they still have the lifetime deal. Let me drop that in. I'll put my affiliate link in the chat. It's christyprice.link/shout out if you want to give that a try. Let me know what you think about it. They're definitely open to feedback. I've reached out about a couple things and they're like, we're on it. So I love hearing that. They're working hard to make it even better.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
Diane,
cool.
what about you? Anything that you spent money on this year that you're like, meh?
The biggest one of those, honestly, I'm not really in terms of AI tools because even when I try something and I don't like it, I'm like,
Mhm,
good to know. I was paying for Higgsfield for a while, but I
mhm,
really loved using it, but then I just found out that there were other things that were better. I just started investing in using Blotato, Sabrina Romanoff's thing, and I really am intrigued with that. So there's fun stuff coming for that. I think that's going to be an interesting tool. So nothing really AI related. My
mhm,
biggest expenditure this year that I was super unhappy with was I so so last year I was going to be template chick. That was what I was
mhm,
going to do. I was going to sell
mhm.
Squarespace templates and I was very into it and I just was so excited about it. And I planned to open my own template shop and to make it separate from Sway Rise Creative, which is the
Mhm,
agency. And it just made sense in my mind. I'm like, I want it to be its own engine and it's going to be the
mhm.
thing. And then the membership came out of nowhere and was like, no, you're going to do AI and be an AI educator, which I love
Yeah,
and would not change at all. But the template shop that I launched, like within a week of launching the AI membership, because it had been months coming. I had paid my
yeah.
junior designer, I don't know how many thousands of dollars to get it up and running. I was like, I have to launch it, even though my
Mhm.
business coach told me cut it loose. Don't even make it live. And I'm like, that's so
Yeah,
dumb. I have to.
yeah,
And he was right 100% because it has just sat out there like a limp fish, like not doing anything. I think I've sold one template. I've sold a ton through my site because people have
yeah.
come to me and then they're buying the template
Right.
customizations or whatever. But through I don't have the bandwidth to do anything with it. So I lament the money that I spent on the domain and the
Mhm,
hosting and the Google
mhm,
Workspace because
mhm.
I think I'm going to take all of that content and just sweep it back onto my agency website.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we go in these directions pretty far before the universe kind of is like, "U-turn."
Yeah. And the sunk cost fallacy is real.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to let this go. This doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
And I think I just had to launch it to feel how wrong, like what a wrong decision it was. So,
Hmm.
and honestly, I don't even know that it was a wrong decision because everything she did, everything we built over there, I
Hmm.
like it. I'm going to take it on. I'm going to move it back onto my site. It's,
Yeah.
thank goodness for that page import feature. But
Right.
but other than that, you kind of have to just try stuff and run with it. But that was my biggest like, oh, I wish I hadn't. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I know.
Docs and Design says, "I'm so glad it's not just me that feels that way."
Yeah.
It's so true. We're all doing that. It's such a even people you look at and watch and you're like, "Man, they really have it figured out." They have no idea what they're doing, and they're just flying by the seat of their pants like the rest of us.
I think I mean, everything changes so fast. We're all figuring things out day to
Yes.
day.
Yes.
Um, yeah. And there are things that I did this year that I'm like, I should have done this 3 years ago. Like the
Mm.
first time I got this nudge, instead of like waiting for another nudge and waiting for another nudge, it's like, oh, I should have done this earlier. And there are some things, I think this is like in our quick, what are they? The lightning round questions at the end.
Oh, yeah.
What flopped this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you never know until you do it.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we jump to those? But let's talk planning for next year. I'm a little curious
Yeah.
to hear about your course and stuff too, like how because you had such a good experience with your course this year, and it's so good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
what are you thinking about, like maybe developing another one and membership? Like, where are you at with that question? Because I know you were
Yeah.
contemplating.
I was, yeah. So I have really loved launching the course. It's the Web Designers Playbook course that basically goes through my entire process for running a custom website build, from before you start to after you finish and everything in between. So it's really detailed, it's really specific, and I have loved launching this course. I've got great students who show up for the monthly calls and engage and send questions, and I have it's been a really, really good thing for me, and I hope for other people too. So that's been great. I think last year and this year, I was kind of toying with the idea of a membership, and I have Google Doc after Google Doc about planning that out and like, how is it going to work? And every time I get ready to pull the trigger, there's something in me that's like, no, no.
Mm.
So until that feeling goes away, I'm not going to do a membership. I
Mhm.
have lots planned, but it's this gut feeling that I'm going to listen to. That's
Yeah.
like, not now. I am considering, oh, thanks so much. Docs and Design says it's an amazing course. Thank you so much.
It really is.
Um,
It's so good.
the other course that I'm considering is a similar course that scaled back quite a bit, but walks through my entire process for running a template build out, because that's the other service that I really love offering. So it would be a lower price point than the custom build course. And I feel like it's such an easy lift for designers. Like, we have these templates. If we also sold it as a service to build it out for clients, which I've been doing for a few years now, it has just gotten so that it is it's a great revenue driver for my business, and it's not hard. It's just so easy, and
Mm.
it feels easy for me, and the clients love it. I don't know how many times I've gotten a client who's like, "Well, I'll know it when I see it." And I'm like, "Oh, no, this is gonna be tough." Well, it's like, "You see it, or do you
Yeah.
like this? Yes, great. We're gonna build this for you."
Yeah.
Oh, Megan, thank you.
Yeah.
It says she signed up for it. Okay. So that's on my radar for early next year.
Mhm.
Um, this the Web Designer's Playbook took me about 6 months to plan and record and edit. And like, it was a big chunk. This one, I think this one will be more like a 2 to 3 month
Mhm.
plan, edit, and launch. So I'm thinking Q1 of next year for that course. And I also need to revisit my Make Money with Your Blog course, because things have changed in that arena. I mean, all
Mhm.
the info there is still good and accurate, but there's more that I need to add. And the quality of the videos isn't as good because it's older. So
Yeah.
I need to revamp that. Those two things are kind of high on my priority list. Like I said, I'm still going to do web design. I still love that. So that's still going to happen next year too. What is next year looking like for you?
So similar. So I love the membership. I'm really surprised at how much I love it, and I'm narrowing the scope a lot. I'm aiming it right only at web designers, which
Mhm.
it just feels like the stuff that we're doing in there is just so tight around
Yeah.
what we all need for our businesses, and like looking forward at what how AI is impacting the industry, and so it just
Yeah.
feels really, really, really good. So I'm going to lean into that really hard next year. And then the other thing is I have a course, a similar course that I actually think I'm going to make a semi membership. I'm
Mhm.
going to make it super low ticket, but I want to do something around the boundary stuff because this was another thing
Yeah.
I was working on before the AI stuff hit me upside the
Yeah.
head. And I think I'm just going to make like a super low ticket, like one time purchase, and
Mhm.
then you get access to all that. And I'll put it in school too because school has a $9 option right now.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
mean, speaking
crazy.
of stuff we're willing to pay for, when I look at any other course platform out there,
Mhm.
nothing comes close to that. So
Yeah.
it's going to give me a community I have to moderate, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of my niche. It's the people who are
Yeah.
interested in boundaries with clients are going to be interested maybe in the AI content
Mhm.
creator lab. So maybe that'll work in a seamless way, but and then really lean in hard on the YouTube channel. It seems to be the biggest thing that's helping with AI SEO right now, or GEO, or whatever you want to call it.
I have been
Um,
loving YouTube.
yeah.
So strangely, it was such a slog for me. And I think I told you, like, I tried to start my channel in 2020
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm going to do a video a week. And I made it for like 2 months. And I'm like, I hate this. And then in 2023, I was part of the Google Labs experiment and I saw the AI snippets coming and I'm like, oh no, there goes all
Yeah.
my site traffic.
Yeah.
I've got to find another search engine. And I'm like, well, it's not going to be Pinterest. It's got to be YouTube.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed it. I really have. And I want to continue putting time there next year too. I I
Awesome.
I think that's great for anybody who is selling courses or memberships or as a service provider. People
Mhm.
get used to if it's courses or memberships, they get used to your teaching style. They can see if it aligns with them. If you're a service provider, people can see the way you work and what your thought process is, and it really makes you stand out. So I think it does a lot of the vetting process for
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I've gotten a fair number of clients and even students
Mhm.
in the lab now who are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I found you on YouTube and love your
Yeah.
style." And then like they sign up because they're like, "I just want to learn all your stuff." So I
Yeah.
agree with that. I think it's a really good lead tool.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's kind of what my focus is on for the next year. And then I would say generally in terms of like the scope of this, what we're talking about today, this video,
Mhm.
I last year was the year of education and courses. I spent
Mhm.
way too much money, like it hurts, way too much money on courses. But this year was the year of business coaching.
Mhm.
I spent a lot of money on business coaching this year. Like
Mhm.
it hurts me as well. Way more than I spent on courses last year. Um, which has been a double-edged sword because I'm out a lot of money, but I also feel very supported, which I
Mhm.
don't hate, and I'm doing a lot of things
Mhm.
that are really new for me, so that's nice. But next year, I feel like next year is the year of implementation, and
Yeah.
if I'm spending any money, I wanna hire people to help me run my stuff. So I wanna
Mhm.
hire maybe a VA, maybe a
Mhm.
Pinterest person, I don't know, maybe another junior designer, I don't know, figure it out, but that's
Yeah.
kind of my thinking for, like, monetary expenditures and stuff. How about you?
Mhm. Yeah, I think, this year was pretty light on I mean, there were a few courses that I invested in. They were not high ticket courses, and, a couple of one-off business coaching calls with folks, so not a whole lot of money there. Um, And I kinda see that continuing next year, like, I don't see like, there's nothing I think that I really want to move into that I need to learn. So, one of the things I did invest in prior to last year was Passive Profit Accelerator, which is Louise Henry's course
Yeah.
on creating a course, and it
Mhm.
was a very high ticket, And I'm glad that I did it. It really helped me kind of wrap my head around my course and how to
Mm,
structure it and things like that. So that was incredibly helpful. So there are times when I feel like, yeah, there's something new I'm going to do and I need some assistance from somebody who's done that and really thought about it, because there are things I won't even think to ask.
right.
I don't see anything for me at the moment coming next year that's new or different that I would need that support for. So I would imagine those expenditures are going to stay low.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Very fun.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? Quick fire. Are there any of those questions there in the planning for next year that we missed? Any trends you're watching? Maybe that's the one. Any trends you're watching? Any AI integrations or pricing shifts or new platforms or anything? Anything you've got your eye on?
Right now I feel like I'm in this stage of overwhelm with all the new platforms out there.
Okay.
And people, I feel like it's so easy for people to create apps that it's like everybody's creating an app right now and it's exhausting. And I don't know if you like get hit up by people who are like, I created this app. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's and I want to be excited for them, but at some point I'm like, no, I don't have any more time to look at new apps. I'm
Right.
so sorry.
Right.
Um, it's yeah, it's no, there's a comment about a template.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think for me, I'm just in this phase of being exhausted with new platforms and I don't want to look at any right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. I feel similar. I know that a big chunk of my attention and time and effort and energy and focus is going to be staying on top of the AI stuff. So I really don't have time or energy for much else right now.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that you're doing that, so I don't have to.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's a service.
Well, should we hop to lightning rounds to
Yeah,
close
let's
us
do it.
out? Okay,
Yeah, perfect.
awesome. I'll ask you first. What worked really well for you in 2025? I bet I know the answer to this.
Yep, the membership that came out
Yeah.
of nowhere, surprised me, but it took off. I'm super happy with it, and I love how it's growing and developing. So, yeah, hands
Mhm.
down. How about you?
Yeah. For me, it's the Web Designer's Playbook. Same thing. That's something that I had been thinking about doing for years, and I'm so glad I finally did it. And I've really enjoyed like walking through with students who are taking it, and just it feels really good. I'm really happy about that.
I love that. I
Yeah.
can I pause us really quick on that note?
Yeah.
Because I would say for people listening, if there's anything in your mind that like and I wonder if you feel the same way about this. I wish that years ago I had went ahead and just taken some of the stuff that was in my brain and made a thing out of it. And I put it
Yeah.
off for so long. And
Yep.
I there's just so much value in having something out in the world that like, look, this is my brainchild. I don't care if it's high
Yeah.
ticket or low ticket. I don't care. It just gets something out there that's yours. I think it's really valuable.
I agree. I think that it's yeah, and also like I use it too. Like it's things that I go back and refer to and like in digital products that I've created. I still use those. Like I'm
Yeah.
using them as well. So it's
Awesome.
like past Christy already did this. Thanks. Let's go back and I forgot how I did this. All right, let's go back and walk through. Here's me telling me how I did it. So I think that
Awesome.
it's great in that vein too.
Awesome. I love it. Fantastic. Okay, next question. What completely
Mhm.
flopped?
Yeah. So briefly, for about 2 months at the beginning of this year, I offered a website audit service and I hated it. I did not enjoy doing it. It was like me with Loom open, going through and auditing websites. And I mean, just stick a fork in me, I'm done. It was not for me. And so after about 2 months of that, I'm like, I don't enjoy this. And so it did flop because people didn't take me up on it. It flopped because I'm like, this was the year of fun for me, and this is not fun. So yeah, I nixed that one after a couple of months. And it's so funny because I talked to other people who offer a similar service and they're like, I love it. It's one of my favorites. And I'm just like, I hated every minute of it.
How funny. That's awesome.
Yeah. How about for you? Any stinkers?
That template shop.
Oh yeah.
That just the
Yeah.
template shop, just the whole thing, beginning to end. Yuck. Ugh. Lesson
Yeah.
learned. Keep it
Yeah.
all in one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What stole energy or time from you this year?
Um, For me, my biggest energy and time suck. I had a junior designer working for me for a while that was not doing great work. And I was so busy with stuff that I had going on and launching the membership and stuff that I
Yeah.
did not check her. I did not babysit her is what I should have been doing
Yeah.
because that's what employees often require. And I wasn't doing that. And she really screwed up a
Ooh.
couple sites in big ways that I had to fix. I think she cost me some major referrals because she made a really big client really unhappy. And there were just a few things like that I was like, damn, like there's some shortcuts that are not worth it. Do not
Yeah.
hire the wrong
Yeah.
person. Do not work with the wrong person. I wish, even though it would have been a really stressful few weeks, I wish I had just done all that stuff myself.
Oh,
So,
that's tough. Yeah. That's really tough.
how about you?
Honestly, the state of the world. There are some days when I'm just like, does any of this matter? It's I mean, honestly, I think that's still a lot of energy for me this year. It's just like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? Um, but I'm trying to let that affect me less and just like what can I give my attention to and what can I do to maybe make the world a little better and let some more of it just go.
Nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of this call, I
Mhm.
think that's what everyone's feeling too. There's a whole
Yeah.
lot of just like general anxiety and stress and sadness and grief and everything else
Mhm.
that's going on. So, and it's hard to get up every day and care about fonts and color
Yeah.
schemes and stuff sometimes. So, yeah, I think being able to set it aside and still find a way to live your happy life and do your happy work is important.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you most excited about for next year?
Mm. What I'm really excited about right now in this moment? I had a massive anxiety attack a few months ago about AI in May, really when ChatGPT came out with its image gen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is it. We're all done. Universal basic income. The whole industry's dead. Like I really went down to a bad place.
Mhm.
And we've been doing up and down since then. And
Mhm.
just in the last like month, it's leveled off for me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we've reached what I believe, and I may be wrong. We'll know in a couple months, but I really think we've reached sort of the pinnacle of what AI can do. And I think its growth,
Mhm.
even in what it's capable of, is going to start to level off until
Yeah.
until we hit generative AI, which I don't think is coming anytime soon, not in the next 5 years for sure. Because
Yeah.
again, I know so much about all this stuff.
Mhm.
No idea what I'm talking about. But because of that, like I've recentered in a big way, and I'm like, oh, I get to just focus on web design again, and I just
Yeah.
okay, we can just land, come back to
Deep breath.
earth. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the stuff we know how to do. Go out, get
Yeah.
clients, get some networking, do the marketing,
Mhm.
write great hooks. Okay, we know this machine. So
Mhm.
honestly, that's what I'm excited about for 2026 is just
Yeah.
incorporating some of the new tools, but doing what I know how to do.
Yeah. I
How about
love
you?
that. For me, I think it's more time with humans. So, I wanna do more of these lives because I enjoy this so much.
Yeah.
Um, I'm doing a few in-person conferences and events next year, so I'm speaking at the Web Designer Summit in March. In June, I'm going to go to Craft and Commerce. In September, back to Squarespace Circle Day. So, those things, like those in-person moments are so grounding to me and feel so good that I wanna make that a priority, and I'm really excited about that for next year.
Awesome. Very cool. And you'll have to come back to Chicago. We'll go to the Art Institute this
Yes.
time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, one word or phrase for next year.
Yeah, so this year I had 2 words. It was fun and money, and so for me, it's like, am I having fun doing it, and is it generating revenue for my business? And if the answer to both those things is yes, then yes, I'm doing it. If the answer to it is one of those things, I'll consider it. If the answer is no, then it's a no. Like, if it's not fun and it's not generating revenue, that's a no. So, I really think it's been a good metric for me this year to look at those words and just kind of evaluate things in terms of, am I enjoying this and is it generating revenue? I'm going to keep funding money for next year too.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
God, that's a good litmus test. That's fantastic. Yes. I,
Thanks.
I think I'm going to keep mine from this year too, only because I
Mhm.
did not listen to it at all. So mine for this year was slow living, easy money, because I I just really wanted to slow everything down. I
Mhm.
just had felt so frantic the year before, and I wanted to slow everything down, and yeah, and I just didn't, because AI was terrifying and we have to freak out and have panic
Right.
attacks. So
Right.
next year, I'm like, that's what I want. I wanna make plenty of money very
Mhm.
easily by going very slow and
Mhm.
being very thorough, and just having plenty of time. I really believe that you can be intentional about having plenty of time, and that's what I'm inviting in, so
I love that. I think that's
yeah,
a great way to look forward to next year. So
yeah.
if you're joining us live, let us know in the chat, what is your word for next year if you have one.
Mhm.
Um, and thank you for joining us. It's been so great to have a conversation with you, Diane. I love these opportunities we have to talk about just transparently what's going on in our businesses, how we're thinking about things. And I hope that if you joined us, you found some valuable nugget here today. Um, but also, like, if there are things you'd like for us to chat about in the future, or questions that you have, we would love to hear that because, like I said, this is something I want to do more of next year. I just feel like, with so much AI, I don't want to get too much into the robot and use and lose the human. So, like, this human connection is so important that I'm so grateful for Diane to taking time out to join me and talk about stuff today. And I hope you'll do it again with me next year.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've talked about doing more of these because you and I
Mhm.
always have a blast, and I so appreciate there's so much we see things the same way
Mhm.
around, and I so appreciate that you're vulnerable too, and
Yeah.
like so happy to be so transparent, and I know that you and I both really care about web designers and the industry and
Yeah.
what's happening to it. So, yeah, Jai is saying it is overwhelming in tech right now. Feeling
Yes.
that. Yes,
So true.
for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
So yeah, so we'll be doing more of these. So yeah, leave us a comment and let us know what you want to learn about in the future, and we'll plan some more of these because yeah, these are great.
Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys.
Bye
Bye.
everyone.